Hi there and welcome to our channel. I'm Shelley and Sep's behind the camera.
Hi.
And if you saw last week's film, you know that we've restored this mid-century chair. This chair is from Arne Vodder, made by the company Cado. And today I'm going to show you how to reupholster the seat for this chair. With the seating, it's got some staples in at the front here. These staples I'm going to remove. Plus it's got stitches along here and along here that I'm going to take my stitch picker and unpick, so that then I can use this material as well as the leather as a template to make the new seating cover. The seating covering is actually put on like a cushion. It's just pulled over and then it's stapled at the front back together again. We got lucky this time that the foam is still in a good condition. It isn't giving any bits off, it's still coming back into form, it's not thin, it doesn't smell, so we're going to leave it on here. If you want to see how to put foam on a new chair, then take a look up here at this film. I've marked here and here where the front is of the chair, and of course I've marked here and over here on this side and on this side as well, where the stitchings stop, so that I know when I'm sewing it together that I haven't got to sew further, I've just got to stop just to there. Now I'm going to take my stitch picker and the scissors and I'm going to take the felt off the back of the leather. I'm now going to cut out first of all the felt backing. I've put the felt with the good side facing down, so this is the wrong side. I'm putting this with the right side on top of the wrong side, so here's wrong side and wrong side. And then I'm going to put this into position. I'm going to make sure this edge is level so I haven't got to cut around here. And I'm going to use these clips for that. And then I'm going to make sure there's enough space at the front and all the way around, and then I'm going to use these material weights that I've got to just place on top. Then I'll be able to draw around and cut then my material out. And I'm going to repeat the process with the leather. Before I sew the seat together, I've got to sew these two corners together. There's one over here, there's one here, one over the other side. They've got to be sewn together from hand. I can't sew them with the machine. And because I want you to see what I'm actually doing, I've made here a template that I'm going to show you then how to stitch together. I can use then a red thread so you'll see it, because here I don't want to sew with the red thread, I want to use a similar colour or black, and you won't be able to see what I'm doing. Now I'm going to put these two edges on top of one another. I'm just going to clamp it here, just helps me hold it into position. Then I'm going to take this tool and I'm going to poke holes in it. And I'm going to poke 4 holes. 1, 2, 3, and one more. Up, 4, and now I can sew together. I'm now going to take a thread and 1 needle. I'm going to thread here, the bit that's open, not here, and I'm going to thread the thread through 2 holes I've already made. Pull it through, and I've got here a needle, and on the other end I'm going to put a needle as well. So then you can see, I hope, I've got a needle on both sides. I'm now going to take the needle on the one side and push it through both holes, pull it through, and then I'm going to put it down and pick up the other needle. This is on this side and it's going through back where the other needle was. I've got to find the holes. 1, 2, and back it goes. Now I can pull both threads nice and tight. And I can still take this one and I can take it back on the other side. Pulling it through. This makes a nice seam and it's nice and tight and will hold the leather good together for years. And we're going to push it back the other way, the other one. There we go. I'm going to take this one and go back that way and then swap for the other one. Whoops, so you can see it properly. This one, and this one's going back over here. Now it's time to pull everything nice and tight. I'm going to take this one and we're going to go over the top this time, so you can see it properly over the top. Thread it back through because I'm finishing off now. I've done all the holes over here, and this one I'm going to take and I'm going to go over the top as well and go back that way. Then I can take both needles out and can now tie a knot and pull it all nice and tight. Going to cut the threads off, and then we should have a nice neat bit of stitching. And if we turn it over, I'll take off the clamp, makes turning it over easy. As you can see these stitches, but once they're in the colour of the material you won't see them, and that will hold for years to come. Here's my leather with the sewn corners and my felt, and now I'm going to place the leather on top of the felt, and at the back I've nipped the middle here and on the leather too, so I know that that's the exact middle where I've got to join them together. And I'm just going to use these clips and I'm going to clip the felt on all the way around. I've now prepared my sewing machine so that I can sew the seating. I've got here this leather needle, plus I've got this attachment on it. This is called a walking foot, so that it actually walks as I'm sewing and the material slides a bit better. And I've also set my stitch to the length of 4. That's the largest stitch that I can actually sew with this machine. I'm now going to sew round the edge with a 1 centimetre marking, which is here on my machine, and I'm just going to sew the 2 pieces of material together. Now it's time to see if the cover actually fits on the seat, and if it fits on the seat, then we can staple it all into position. Now the seating's finished, and now we've just got to screw it back on.